And I guess turn that off, Jesse. The sound. Oh.
Decided to reconnect on its own.
Oh, bless. Okay. Are we reconnected? Are we there? Can someone out in chat tell us if we're here? Yeah, it has reconnected on its own. Oh my god, apologies. What's an Kiwis show without technical difficulties? Good old New Zealand internet in all of its forms. Please, someone out there in chat, tell me if we are coming through to YouTube. It does tell me it's connected. Oh, bless. I have no idea where that dropped out and what I was even saying, because we're going to need to start all over again. Hey, Vape Fam. How you doing?
Worst part is that OBS had reconnected when my Zoom window was still small. It needs to be expanded. Oh. And I was like, no, it's reconnected.
It's okay. It wasn't up there long. We're back. We are coming through. Yay. Okay. Shall we start again? Hey guys, I hope everybody's well tonight. And yeah, what's an Kiwi show without the tech difficulty? Always control it be the internet, whether it be the weather. There's always a something that likes to play with us.
Yeah, I'm actually watching like the connection bit on OBS, and yeah, it's kind of semi-fluctuating. It's fluctuating, and it shouldn't be doing that. It should stay a solid green. Sorry guys, there's something going on, and I don't
cross fingers for the internet gods. Cross fingers for the internet gods. Okay, guys. So, yeah, I was saying that Megan is a hot mess. Yeah, hashtag hot mess for everybody this week. But I think I was in the middle of saying that if you guys are just joining us for the first time to catch this review that we're going to do on this mod, Megs has been out helping her sister, being a hot mess for the last year, with the on hand on a renovation house. So it's definitely been put through its paces in different ways from both of us. Okay, so just before we jump into the review, because I know that the crew at KANGERTECH are going to get sent this link. Hey to everybody, what's up out there to Captain Vapour also, who provided us with these mods for the ability, sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied now, the ability to be able to tell you guys what this 5 battery mod is all about. Later on in the show, we have started late because of Megan's schedule lately. Apologies, tech difficulties on top of that. It is what it is. We're just going to keep rolling, and we will do the giveaway draw for Joe's Cloudhouse. Hey, go the text. Mute your phone, Megan. We will do the winners, the 2 winners for New Zealand winners for the Joe's Cloudhouse giveaway draw that we've been, the giveaway that we've been running for the last couple of weeks. We'll do that in maybe about an hour or so. And then we're going to taste a couple of Captain Vapour John's Juices, who is also a local vendor here in Motueka, which is well, it's a town nearby to where I live in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, oh, brilliant. Okay, just trying to get my head on track now that little glitch happened. So I see a few people hanging. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Hope you're handling the frustration of good old YouTube, internet, New Zealand, and streaming to the world just as well as we are. So I'm going to do a little bit of a what's up, hey out there too, folks hanging with us in live chat. Mr. Dave Keen's in the house. We have Lucid Vampire joining us tonight. Hello, darling. What's up out there to Miss Maxie? And we got Mr. Moses in the house. Church is hanging with us. System Smiles hanging out. And we got Skeletor hanging from overseas. And I saw Mr. Elmo, Nick in the house, and Vince chatting away earlier. Hey to everybody. And, of course, hey to the lookers. Hey to the lookers. Right. So I know that heaps of you are going to keep rolling in as we keep chatting, and we'll just keep throwing shout outs out there to you guys. Just a reminder, if you want a shout out, then say hey out there in that live chat box and bring your name up active so that we see you and we'll say hey. And one of them has just strolled on right now. Hey to the Link. Link has just rocked in. So we've got a few USA, Canada, and New Zealand crew hanging out tonight to hear what we got to say about this mod. So this review is a little bit different, obviously. It's our show. We're not doing a little 10, 15-minute jam-packed information, a whole lot of edits, cool, fancy video for you guys. So it's not a review in the terms of how you would search for one on YouTube. We're obviously doing our review as part of our show, and we're just going to have a conversation about it between ourselves with you guys, so feel free to ask questions. Yeah, we're going to have a conversation about it the way you would talk about your mates when you've bought a new mod and you're hyping it up and you want them to try it or them to buy one or you think it would suit their needs. Yeah, we're just going to have a combo. So feel free, if you're out in live chat, to join in, ask us questions, things you would like to know about the mod that we may not say. We're going to try and cover it all. But like I say, we may miss something, so hopefully we don't. And hopefully also being that this is a new mod on the market globally, being a 5 battery, that's a new thing. We know that this video is going to provide a bit of feedback for KANGERTECH as well if they feel that any of our noticings, workings of the device or what have you, provide information for any future tweakings on this mod. So hopefully it's informative for you, the consumer, as well as providing some feedback back to Kanga on our own thoughts on using it. So, Megan, you've had this baby in your hand out there on the construction site for the last couple of weeks. It's a renovation site, but it might as well be a construction site.
Yeah, the site that I'm working on, I think they would have been better just demolishing the house and just rebuilding a whole new one. I mean, the extent to the renovation is crazy. Like the entire house, except for a couple of rooms like the kitchen and one bathroom and I think the laundry. No, it's possibly just the bathroom. Okay. We're just all demolished.
So the reality of the environment that you've had this device in is we've got sawdust particles, we've got painting going on, we've got power tools, we've got outside weather, you're up on a scaffold. So you're in a, I'm sorry if this comes across sexist, I do not mean it to in any way. Or genderist, I apologize. But you're in a working man type laborious workhorse environment right now. Would you say, yeah, nah?
Yes, I was. I was indeed. Yeah, I mean the only other female was my sister, because it's her company. The construction business is hers, and it's her partner or her tane or my brother-in-law. He's the construction. He's the builder. He's the builder in the company. So yeah. I mean, my sister's a painter by trade, but yeah, it's out of it. So yeah, it was the perfect environment, I believe, for me to sort of put it through its paces. So yeah.
So what I was just trying to do there while you were talking, what I was just showing to the peeps out there is my hand size around a 5 battery mod. So general public know, even if you don't own one, know the general size of the 3 bat RX. It's only a little bit bigger than that. It's slightly different shaping, obviously, than the RX is, but for 5 batteries, and yes, I have a relatively smallish hand. I'm not a tall girl, so you know, even though it's a larger mod as 5 batteries, I can still carry it around. It's still workable for me. So in your hand, how did you get in that sort of environment, carrying it around a scaffolding? You know, you've got the weight of 5 batteries as well. Was it in your pocket? Did you put it down? Give us your sort of paces of, obviously it's been covered in paint. I know it got dusty. You were talking about having to clean it up and everything. But that's the environment it's in, and that's the environment that labourist type workforces, anyone in any gender, anyone in any industry that has a bit of a, you know, labourist type job, outdoors even, I haven't put it through the outdoor paces. That's why I'm going down this angle first, because I know that that's the particular market, or I feel is the particular market where this mod will do best. It's going to be what it can take environmentally, not just 5 batteries of battery life, if that makes sense. So, I mean, yeah, was it in your pocket? Was it heavy, or did you have to put it down and always find a surface for it? Like, carrying it around, how was that for you, knowing that you're not too great with heights and you're up on a scaffolding? Just had to throw that in there, honey.
Just throw my fears in there. For me, carrying it around, well, when I was helping my sister out, I was helping with the painting side of things, so it meant hole filling and sanding, so lots of dust and things. And there were times where I had to get kind of low and lying down almost. Almost. There were times I was lying down on the scaffolding.
Lying down on the job, girl.
Well, it wasn't so much lying down on the job, it was lying down to try and reach places and things like that. I mean, so the attire that I was wearing, I don't necessarily have construction attire. So I wore a pair of track pants and a polyprop, a long sleeve polyprop with a t-shirt over the top, and if it got extra cold, I threw on a hoodie. So, yeah, so I was thinking, like, track pants. So I hope these don't pull my track pants down, because I would put it in my pocket. And surprisingly enough, I was able to get around. See Moses. Moses mentioned a tool belt. I was thinking, so it would have been handy if I'd had a tool belt. I don't have one. I do not have one.
So that's a good thing to note for any males considering this mod, because it's totally affordable. So why do I keep doing that? Okay, exercising it myself. Anybody who might be wearing a tool belt, yeah, Moses said that would fit nicely in a tool belt. So if you're someone who wears that particular piece of gear on a site, that's an option, definitely. This is one that I wondered about, knowing that you were out there in trackies up on a scaffolding, and it's like, I felt the weight in my upper pocket and one of my other hoodies, and having it, yeah, I would worry about my pants being dragged down as well, because, yeah. I mean, I'm going to do a little bit of...
Surprisingly enough, it didn't, and... I mean, it could easily have said that I could have done it my drawstring. Unfortunately, I lost my drawstring out of my pants. So I was lucky. I hadn't actually lost, hadn't had the mod pull down my pants, so to speak. It was more like the bending over and stuff that would end up having me sort of hike my pants up a bit. But, yeah, other than that, walking around with it in my pocket, it was fine. Getting up and down ladders, that was great. And there were times where, you know, how I said that I was lying down, like, on the scaffold to try and reach places that I couldn't quite reach. There were times, many times, where I was actually sitting so that I could get either paint or sand or whatever, what was directly in front of me at sitting level from the platform. And I would pull it out of the pocket and I would just kind of put it like at arm's reach away from me, so that I wasn't spinning and knocking it over or knocking it off the scaffold, which was one of the things that I was thinking when you'd mentioned that I needed a vac band on my tank. It's like if anything was going to happen to the tank, it would be the entire setup. The entire setup would suffer, essentially because either someone else or I would have knocked it off the scaffold. But I had none of that. I had none of that. It was easy. I was able to put it somewhere. Like if I had a paint tray, for instance, the mod was the setup was almost directly next to it, or it was quite close to it. And I'm a relatively tidy painter, relatively. And by tidy painter, I say I don't drip. I don't drip off wherever I'm painting, but I get it on my hands. My hands and my clothes. It got everywhere except for, like, well, I got it on where I needed to paint, but it didn't go anywhere where paint wasn't supposed to go, like the roof. There were multiple different levels, but yeah.
But that leads perfectly into explaining, when we go into a wee close-up shortly with Megan's camera, why there's paint on her mod.
Yeah, there's like, I mean, I was lucky. I mean, it's water-based paint, and it came off the majority of the mod, except for one side of the carbon fibre bit. And yeah, you'll see it, there's like a little speck on there that I tried to scratch off and it just didn't happen. And it's like, oh well. I might attack it with a little bit of terps to get it off, but I'll have to do that tomorrow.
I just want to throw a couple more hollers out there. Some people have strolled in. What's up out there to Jen and Russ? We've got 44 South hanging in the house. Very vocal vapors. We've got Miss Christine, Beauty in the Vape, hanging out. Who else did I spot there? Carrie has strolled in. Hello, darling. Have I missed anybody? Oh, Richard, hello. Welcome, welcome. So, if you guys are joining us for the show for the first time, this isn't our normal show. This is our first mod review, and we're just having a wee conversation about the last couple of weeks of actually using this mod. So this has been in our hands. This has been put through our tests for our current lifestyles, and obviously this is a perspective from two wahine, two females coming at you guys who aren't necessarily in the lifestyle demographic that this mod I feel is perfect for, which is a labour environment. Now I want to do a wee little just comparison for those of you out there who know the cuboid, and this is the version 1 cuboid. This is the heavy stainless. This is 2-bat series mod, got a bit of weight to it, so this is why I'm bringing it up. You know, this isn't an aluminium mod. This isn't a nice little plastic 3D printed thing. Not at all. This is a piece of weight when it's in my hand. And to compare these two, and I apologize if you don't know the weight of this V1 cuboid, it's Megan can test. It's a wee bit of a brick for a mod of its size. And comparing a 2-bat encased in stainless, and obviously, you know, it's been its materials have been lightened since this first one came out, to a 5-battery mod with an aluminium zinc alloy casing, there isn't too much difference. Maybe I feel a battery difference. It feels like I'm compared to this one holding a 3-bat mod, for example. Like, there is not much. So when you think of that in comparison, that this is 5 batteries, and I know I don't have the better camera of the two of us, but we're going to go into close-up with Meg's camera shortly on the mod, in the box and what have you. So I'm going to do the best I can to show you guys some pieces too. I have just popped that. So there's the 5 batteries. This case is so light, it's made of nothing. So you can also buy this in different colors. These cases are interchangeable. These cases are interchangeable. Oh, actually, I forgot to say one thing. If you want to follow any of the specs of this mod, if you're local in New Zealand, you want to have a look at Captain Vapour's website, who's selling this, and the price that he's got it for here in New Zealand. And also, if you're overseas and you want to have a look at the price you can get it for in a location a little bit closer to you, I've got all those links down in the description. We've got Captain Vapour's website, which has all of his mods and juices on it, and I've put down there, and his Facebook's there, and I've put down there the specific page link for this mod on his website as well. And then just below that is the KANGERTECH site and their specific product page on this website as well. So if you guys want to look at the specs that we're discussing, you can view it all at home on your own screen also. So where I'm going with this, we might have to show it in the close-up actually, Megan. I wanted to point out some of the cool features come with this. So I'll get that back in there, obviously, because I'm vaping on it. Is it time to go to the close-up, Megan? Should we just jump in there?
Okay.
So, just to recap, guys, this is who we're talking about. This is the mod that's been in my hand, and Megan's is in pieces at the minute because we're going to go through that with you guys. So I think we should do that, Megan.
Okay.
And I'm
bear with. I'm just going to switch things around a bit.
We're just going to improvise. Mainly, this is our first review also that we're encompassing with the show. Obviously, chatting with you guys. Oh, I need to look and chat because I don't want to miss any questions from you guys about this mod either. I'm going to talk about a little card that can get put in the box. And if you guys can see, I know it won't focus, but as you guys can just sort of blurrily see, it's a battery safety card. This is awesome. Every manufacturer should put something like this in their boxes. Doesn't matter if it's a single bat mod. Doesn't matter if it's 2, 3, 5. This is cool, and more people should do it. More manufacturers. This is a big kudos pro to KANGERTECH for this card. And I'll just reiterate to you guys what's on it because obviously you wouldn't be able to see it. It's blurry. So there's damaged. Different types of damage to positive and negative ends of your battery wrap. What is a safe battery to use and not use in any mod, let alone this mod? So in that aspect, there's a really cool feature that comes with this mod, and it's also a power bank. Just while Megs gets herself set up there, she'll turn her mic back on when she's ready to go. Oh, she's there. It's just getting stable. So this is a battery bank as well. Sorry, power bank. Power bank. Oh, as you guys can see, there's a USB and there's a button. And that button, oh, wrong way, Mox. That button turns to power bank mode on.
I can show all of that stuff. It's no biggie.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want, I mean, I can do like the whole showy and you can talk about it.
Okay, hang on. So, yeah, there's the box, guys. Megan's in focus. You guys can see that far clearer on her camera. And I'm just actually going to do a quick whiz through the chat there, Megs, because I don't want to try, guys. I'm really trying not to miss any of your questions. If you have any about this mod, of course. What's up out there, Leon? Just seeing you strolling, honey. And Lawrence is in the house. Meg Level Carvings. Yeti's in the house, Megs.
Yeti! What's up, Yeti? I'm just going to reposition my camera a wee bit. It's hilarious because, yeah, I've got my webcam and I've kind of got it, I've got it semi-attached to me. So it's going to be like GoPro styles.
Oh, okay. First question we have. It is max wattage of 222. So we've got a 5 battery mod, maximum wattage of 220 watts. So on the average person, depending on that range of where you vape, hang on, and we'll get to that because there's features that come with those watch settings as well. So, okay, pick up the mod, Megan. Let's do some close-up in your hand on that mod. And yes, guys, you can see black glass in that box. There's, what do they call it? Temperature glass, I believe is what it's called.
Yeah, it's, it reacts to... Oh, oops. Oh, I knocked it. Yeah, I've been using the black glass for several days now. And, yeah, it's quite neat. It reminds me of, you know, the Hot Wheels cars that reacts, like changes color and stuff when you apply hot water to it. Same sort of deal. Like as you're using it, your tank will heat up, and the glass changes from a black to an opaque, and yeah, it's pretty nifty.
That's a cool little extra to have. Okay, pop the mod open, Megs. I'm going to go to where I was heading with the batteries. So pull one of your batteries out, honey. What I really like about this mod is the fact that in each battery slot, where Megs is pulling one out now, pull it towards you.
You can kind of see that I hadn't quite cleaned it. There's a bit of dust there.
Put your finger in the middle of the battery and pull one of those front ones out towards you.
One of these ones?
Yeah, you should be able to do that without your fingernail. So go close up into the camera there, Megan. As you can see, there's a bright red thing on the bottom of the battery sled. And in each of the compartments where those batteries are sitting, it's telling you in a bright red or bright blue, positive or negative, because this mod is in series. I really, really like this feature, and it goes hand in hand with that battery card that every manufacturer should do. Now,
at the moment,
also,
it's kind of under a little donut sticker. So
yeah,
you're not going to see it clearly.
That's where I was going to go. So that little donut sticker, there's a whole little pack of them that come with it, and where the most protruding end is, which is the bottom of the battery set, the most protruding of the metal contact, but this little squishy, it's like a cushioning of that donut sticker, pack of them. Actually, there's, I think, a set of 10. So top and bottom, or you can have 2 sets for just on the bottom. I've got mine just on the bottom. To help save your battery wraps when putting your batteries in and out, because that donut, that sticker, cushions around that protruding contact, and obviously your battery is going to be contacting where the metal is, and that cushion is just helping take the weight a bit on that contact, so there's not all of this force going in the center of your battery. So it's helping like just even out that weight of where your battery slots in and is contacting with. I dig that. Now you can see there, obviously, so there's the donuts sitting over there, and they're not the same height as the donuts, but they just help that little bit extra with protecting your battery and the wrap with getting that in and out. So where Meg's finger is the red one, that's the positive end, and the blue one is the negative. Now they are a cross and a minus. When those donut stickers aren't on there, you can see them very clearly. I really dig this feature. This is cool. And it's not just that it's marked positive and negative for the series layout of this mod. It's that it's bright red and blue and you can't miss it. Now, I'm not saying any idiot can run a mod, because some mods are very different, obviously. But this is an awesome safety feature. I really dig that, Megs. Okay, honeys, chuck your batteries back in and we'll go to the power bank feature, seeing as I went there as well. I'm just going to check that there. Yeah, I'm just checking that. Now, also something to note, upon doing my own research on this mod before we received it, it is advisable to have no minimum than a 2100 mAh battery. So that's a VTC 4. So in saying that, because of the extended battery life that this mod is claiming to provide for you, you want to give it that longevity. So you don't want to put in a battery like a Samsung 25R. Just throwing out names, there are a range of batteries, of course, because its output is different to what a VTC4 is going to give you in power as well as longevity. So that having that balance is great. So as you can see here, Megs has got her screen on. That button on the side, right beside the USB, that is the on and off for the power bank. So you can't vape while it's in this feature, because it is providing all power to what you have USB plugged into this, that it is charging from it. So taking note, you cannot charge this mod via USB. The power and the balancing and the battery charge and discharge that it requires is external charge only. So this power bank is providing charge for, say, your phone. If you're out and about and your phone's getting low and you're going to make an urgent call, you can plug your phone into your mod and boost yourself up. Now, I had a wee play with this feature. I don't know if you did, Megan.
No, I didn't.
Out of one battery charge, so one full 4.2 volt, all batteries, one battery charge, I got 2 charges for my S7, my Samsung 7, out of the batteries, combined with 2 days full vaping and 2 tanks of juice. So that was me doing that trial of what can I do in my life to test out this feature, still providing battery life. I got 2 days out of it and 2 phone charges. That was cool for me. Now, obviously, if you've got a bigger device, if you're charging an iPad or a tablet, that's going to drain a bit more. And not everyone's got an S7, so my S7 might take a bit more battery than other lesser models, you know, just throwing names out there as well for examples. But this is what I tested it with. And when I did just a full charge on just vaping, no power bank use, I got almost 4 days out of it. Now, I say almost because I think I was like 4 or 5 hours short of like my 4-day testing time frame that I did. So maybe 3.5 if you want to go about it realistically. That's awesome. And I have been vaping this at a higher wattage that I'd normally vape any of my devices at.
Yeah, same. It's weird to me, but you kind of have no choice. Well, it's not so much that you have no choice, but... Huh?
Your battery looks low.
Well, I have been using it today. Like today and yesterday. But when I was using this today, when I was using this yesterday, I was vaping at 160 watts, and we'll talk about the coils in a moment. And today, I think I dropped it down to 120, and yeah, that's what I'm left with.
I've just seen a comment out in chat from Yeti, and it's very valid. It's hard to believe that this is a Kanga product, because a lot of the Kanga products that are out there on the market existingly are beginner level or intermediate level vaping. You know, they have a lot of mouth to lung devices and a few direct lung as well, but they don't have...
Oh, no, never mind, don't worry. Keep going.
Well, I was going to say, you know, even with plenty of 2-battery mods, and I'm trying to think out, did they bring out a 3-battery drip box? I could have that wrong. But I know there's a larger Kanga drip box as well. But my point where I'm making with this is that Kanga recognized that they weren't in the higher sub-ohming leagues. It's not necessarily about cloud chasing, but people do like a little bit of cloud. A lot of people do like to vape at a high wattage, and people want battery life. So they realized, obviously, to get back in the game more across the board with every type of vapor, as opposed to these type of vapors, they've got on board. They've bought us a product. Obviously, you know, it's the first product they've brought out of this. There is going to be tweaks. There is going to be pros and cons. And we're going to get to some of those shortly. I think they've actually brought a product to the market that is a game player. It's not for everybody, but I do believe it's a game player. Okay, I just need to scroll the eyes. Is it a spring-loaded 510? I just spotted that from Link, and I can't recall. Where's that?
It is. I shall demonstrate.
Oh, there we go. Megs is going to demonstrate. Yes, it is a spring-loaded 510. Hi, Ben. I just seen you scrolling, honey. We haven't seen you for a while. How are you doing?
Yeah, so it is a spring-loaded.
It is spring-loaded. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Now, I guess aside from cool case interchangeability, so we have a black, a red, the Kanga red, and then the Kanga yellow, and then we have a cyan, which I believe some of you Americans over there call Tiffany blue, and a lime green. I want that lime green case. Now, with those cool case colors, you can accessorize. This bottom ring, pick up the tank, Megan. This bottom ring is the coil head switches. You can get them in the same matching color, as well as the matching O-rings for your tank. So if you change case color, you can accessorize and have it all black and color striped as well with all the bits and pieces. So next is the cool tank. So obviously this is a kit. This is designed as a sub-ohm kit that goes together. Yes, that mod is capable of working with other RDAs and tanks. Perfectly fine. The tank, possibly not so much. It did fire fine with another mod that I tried it on. However, I'm not sure how the preset thing would work going on with a different mod. Now, we haven't mentioned that till now. These coil heads have presets. They're a little bit special. What are they called, me? Tiger coils, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're not tiger coils how coil builders know them, are they? They're a little
No,
bit.
it's
I'm
if
going to
you've ever
explain it.
seen, oh yeah, it's difficult to explain because it's nothing I've seen before. Especially in a typical tiger coil. You'd have to see like the video where they show. I think it's like an animated version of what this setup is, and yeah, they do like an animated breakdown of what the coil looks like on the inside. So in here you've got it's a tri-coil. So I'm just going to pull this apart just so that I can get to it. Clear glass. Okay, yeah. So you've got 3 coils in here. So inside here with these 3 coils, they coincide with a different kind of innovation thing that they've done with the contacts in the bottom. You can kind of see how it's sort of stepped. I just want to try and get this lighting just right. Yeah, so we've got 3 different tiers, and they match up with the 3 different tiers that are inside the base. Now what happens in here is that when the coil is inside of this, you can adjust which one of these coils you want going at any time by opening and closing these slots here. So at the moment they're all open except for that one. I'm just going to put this coil down. So they're all on the on position. So you can turn a coil off, have 2 off, and then have 1 going, and sort of in the opposite direction. And so if you have 1 going, it's I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head, a 0.6, and yeah, so with 1 open, 0.6, with 2 it's 0.3, and then with all 3 it's 0.2.
So those presets for those resistances that Meg's just said. So we've got 1 coil head at 0.6 comes in the presets at 60 watt. Of course, you can shift your wattage up and down if these presets don't work for you, but that's where the coil heads have been set at. So 1 coil head is 60 watts. 2 coil heads at the 0.3 is 120 watts, and then the 3 coil heads at the 0.2 is 180 watts.
Yeah, so what happens that when you put it in and you set each coil, the mod will automatically adjust the wattage to what it says on this coil. I thought that was pretty nifty.
It is pretty nifty. I think that's really cool, especially if people sort of like, I don't know where I should be vaping this. We get that question quite a bit in a lot of our Facebook groups. What wattage should I be vaping this resistance at? It's all about finding that sweet spot for you guys, but because this tank has presets, you can use that as your guideline and go up or down from there. For example, 180 watts for the 3 coil head. Oh my God. Way too much for me. I pulled that back to 150. Couldn't vape at that heat very long. That's hot. I can't vape that hot normally. That's huge.
Yeah, like for me, I don't normally vape higher than 120, even at a 0.1 ohm build on an RDA. I did try this at the 180. And I had a different juice in here. If you can remember me talking about Phantology Potions Alice last week. It was really harsh in this at 180. And then I ended up getting some Jackfruit Jungle. So for those that know me, Jackfruit Jungle is my jam. And I hit that at 180, and it was actually really, really pleasant. I enjoyed it.
Oh wow, cool. Because that's hot.
Yeah,
that's a hot.
It's really warm, but yeah, the flavor came through, and I was like, oh wow, that's yum. But I did drop it down to 160 because yeah, it got a bit warm.
For me, I am predominantly have settled using the 2 coils, so the 0.3. And that preset comes in at the 120, and even I pull that back. Currently, as you guys can see through the blur, oh, get the light right, I'm on 113 watts. Now, depending on the juice, I've been upping and downing between the 100 and that 120 for that for that 0.3 resistance 2 coil head setting. So I've been going up and down, and it is juice dependent. And of course, if you vape a particular juice on an RDA, it's not necessarily going to taste the same in a tank either. As you guys can see, Megan's been going through the little features there. It's got top fill as well. Really great feature. I dig that. Only thing that concerns me really with the top fill, and this is just something I actually thought of today, is over time, how well does this hinge hold up? Like, there is a little bit of play, a little bit of wiggle. And that's just something I thought of today. That's not so much a con, because that's a relevant wonder for all top fill tank. But, so Megs, have you had any problems with leaking through your airflow? Let's start talking some pros and cons, girl.
Pros and cons. I had a wee bit of leakage, but I think that was due to me having to undo the tank and then try and rejiggle not rejiggle, more like reposition the coil so that it was in there enough for the contacts on all 3 tiers to come through. It was bizarre because when I put my first coil in, as you can see, like this one's like my new one that came in the box. My used one is currently just off to the side. When I first put it into the tank and I'd opened up all 3 of these slots at the bottom, only 2 of them were going. Yeah, all that was something else I also forgot to mention. These holes here, they're LED lights.
They're LEDs. They light up.
Yeah. So when you fire the device, they light up.
Hang on, I'm trying to line mine up and fire. There we go, guys. It's blurry. I know my mods aren't near the camera, but looking at that coil head hole, there's the LED. When I hit the fire button, that lights up. So you can actually see visually which coil heads and how many you've actually got switched on, and you can keep, obviously you might knock them, or they don't slide too easily. Like, it is like a switch. There is a feel to it, but you can knock them, I've noticed, and maybe, you know, turn one half off and things like that if you're altering airflow. So you just got to watch your fingers, big fingers on.
It's funny as you saying that, like altering airflow, just as I'm playing with the airflow control. So yeah, you can adjust your airflow both ways. You can have it like as closed off as you want, or all the way wide open. I've been having mine about half open, because I like a slightly restrictive draw. I don't like my airflow too airy. I've had that with a few atomizers where the airflow is like really airy, like too airy when it's wider open. So I tend to kind of close it off a little bit, because I like to sort of have that, be able to feel when you're taking that draw.
Oh yeah,
my fingers are so cold.
I literally have my airflow on halfway, and I haven't moved mine too much, to be quite honest. I found for that range between 120, 100 to 120, I should say, I've consistently just sat on that half airflow. Even when I tried it up hotter on the 3 coil head, I don't even think I altered the airflow then, because that draw works for me. I spotted something out in chat. Oh, Night Christine, loves to you, honey. She's got to go and handle the grandson in the morning, so she's off to bed. Niji said something, right. Niji, that is a valid point, and it's something I was hoping I'd remember to mention, and you've reminded me, darling. So something you need to keep in mind, if this product is up your alley, if you're looking at it and you're going, yes, that might fit my needs, keep in mind that obviously buying a new device, you want to marry your batteries together. And I always like to say, buy new batteries and marry those new batteries to a new device so you have a complete setup. So you're going to look at the cost of this kit, plus the cost of 5 new VTC4s minimum, plus a 6-bay charger, external charger, if you don't already have one. If you've already got a charger, sweet, you're one cost down. I still always recommend buying new batteries for a new device. Because, of course, there's 5 batteries in series that you want to keep in balanced charge and discharge as much as humanly possible for the safety and the optimal working of the device as well. So cost of kit plus cost of 5 new batteries, additional on that would be if you don't already have a 6-bay charger. Right, I'm just looking at...
Like you were mentioning, like we were going to talk about like the pros and cons.
Yeah, I'm looking at our list.
I quite like this tank. I'm going to talk about the tank.
Yeah.
If it's cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go tank.
Yeah, I quite like the tank. It's pretty good. Like, it's got decent vapor production, and the flavor is really, really good. Like, especially with these coils. I was a little bit iffy in regards to having, being able to have which coil you use. What I would have liked to have seen Kanga do was number each of these areas here. So then that way you can keep track if you decide to use only one coil at a time, that you know which coil you're using.
I agree with this, Kanga. Please take notes.
It would have been nice to have seen that.
We also forgot to mention, and it's valid information for you guys, the consumer, this is an 8mm capacity tank, and it's also a 28mm width, so that's its diameter. So obviously, if you've got a slimline mod that only takes a 22mm RDA or a 24mm RDA, this tank is going to have overhang. And another point to mention, I haven't specifically looked into it on the Kanga website, but I'm unsure right in this moment whether or not you can buy this tank separately to this mod. So I don't know if they are sold as a complete kit only or if you can buy them individually. So if you're only looking at the mod or the tank, maybe something to have a research into on the Kanga website, because I am only aware of it sold as a kit at this point, but that doesn't mean everything stays a kit. So just something out there to mention. Do we have any other cons for the tank? I only experienced one leakage once. Vince said out there that Phil Prasado said that his 5.6 leaked. So he had a little bit of issue with leaking. Possibly, and this is coming down to the issue you had with the coil head, Megs, possibly to do with that contact, making sure that coil head's in there so that obviously it's going through cotton and there isn't any side seepage down the coil head for juice to get out through the airflow. That's the only thing I can sort of really point there, because I haven't had any leaking issues. The only one that I did, I believe, was from my own disconnection or not connected correctly, and I had side seepage because I had to shift my coil head as well when I changed my tank once. But, you know, trial and error with every mod, of course, every mod. So, one big thing. Okay, this is the con. It is a long 510 as well. It is a long 510. So I have one con now that we've put that back on there. I don't know if yours is going to do it, being that you're on close up. I don't know if it's componentry under the case or if it's the button. This fire button is unbalanced. So I don't know if you guys can see. I'm trying. I'm wiggling my fire button back side to side. It rocks in that little movement. Yes, you can see it on Megan's right there right now. So it rocks. So it's an unbalanced button when you push it. If you push it from the side, you may connect the screen contact underneath the button, but it hasn't necessarily fired. So you're having
because I've had that happen.
But not a misfire, because it hasn't contacted to fire. It's just lit up your screen.
Yeah.
So you've got to flush press it. You got to make sure the center flush press. So this is something I hope Kanga can tweak, fix that button, because it's a little annoying. It doesn't fire every time when you hit it because you've hit your button wrong. Please fix that, Kanga, because that's yeah, it's, I don't know if that's a safety hazard. I don't know on the electrical side of things, on the internals of the silver piece where all the electricals are, the electronics. I hope it's not a safety hazard, but it's an annoying hazard.
I just wanted to quickly show the coil thing. I've got no juice in here, so I'm just going to push the fire button really quickly just to show it.
Oh yeah.
So with all of these closed off, with all of them shut, you push the button. The resistance is going to read as 9.99, and it's not going to fire. Check atomizer. Open up one. Oh, it's reading at 0.67.
Oh,
interesting.
That is something I'd noticed. There is exact resistance. That second number, the last number, so in this case the 7 that's on the screen right now, that does go up and down. So this, I'm not sure what that is. Is it the contact on the coil head, Kanga? Why does the resistance move up and down? Doesn't necessarily change by a whole ohm or anything, or even a whole point of an ohm, I should say. But there is movement in that resistance. I noticed that with all the coil heads, actually.
Then if you just see there, I opened up another one, push the fire button, and it's changed to 0.33, and the wattage has also changed. And open up the other one. Good. And we've got 0.21, and the wattage has gone up to 180. You can adjust these yourself. You can increase and decrease the wattage manually.
However, just on that note, I think it would be a really good pro if Kanga tweaked and somehow or added into the menu being able to put in your own presets. So if these cool heads aren't at a preset that works for you and you change it all the time, like myself, drop it a bit lower, I'd like to be able to save my preset so I don't have to keep altering it all the time, and I can put my own preset in. That would be really nice. As you can see there on Megan's screen, it goes down to 5 watts. I don't know who vapes at 5 watts these days, but then that goes right all the way up to, is your screen going to take it to it? The 222?
Oh yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I did it before. I dropped it right down to 5.
Oh, I missed it. I was looking at the camera.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that would be a really cool feature, Kanga, if you were able to put in your own presets. Not necessarily removing this coil head preset setup that's going on here, because this is a really cool thing. I think this is going to be a lot of people digging the tank because of it. However, being able to add your own presets in, which are different wattages, that'd be really cool. What else have I got on my wee list here? Yes, I did write a wee list, so I didn't forget things, or tried not to anyway.
If I can center this up a little bit.
Oh, actually, yes, there is a couple more things. Right, I've just gone through my list. On the power bank screen.
The power bank screen?
Yeah, this is just an extra. I forgot about it when we were looking at it before. On the power bank screen, when you have a device plugged into it, it doesn't tell you a battery level. That image doesn't change at all. Kanga, can you please add in a battery level image so that A, you know if the device plugged in is charged, or B, you're showing us how much battery life is left in this device of those 5 batteries. I feel that the power bank feature needs that. because that image doesn't change at all. It just, I mean, of course, on your phone or your tablet or your iPad, whatever you're charging, it'll have a battery level. It'll be telling you there, sure. So maybe the one on the mod just needs to be, this is the battery level of what's remaining in this mod as a power bank. Yeah, that screen doesn't change at all, and I didn't like that. I want to know, A, something's plugged in, because the screen didn't change at all when something was plugged in, and B, how much battery is left in the mod that I'm charging from. You know, and power bank device, I thought that was weird. Why does this image not change? Like, it, you know, something's plugged in. Nothing tells me there's something plugged in or not. So I hope you guys feel me where I'm coming from there. And the other thing, one last thing on con list that I've got written here. Your Kangen manual, darlings. I think you can go back to normal camera if you want, Megan.
Cool. So this is the device.
Yeah, that's the whole device there, guys. And obviously this is, we both have it in black, the 5 colors it's available in. It is a really cool device. We're still chatting about it, but Megan can bring her camera back up to normal now. So the manual, guys, it has some good information, specifically about those cool heads and the features and the presets. However, there are a few lines in the manual that are very generic manual. They are not specific to this mod and they shouldn't be in there. Like saying, do not charge this device on USB. You can't. That line is meant for a totally different USB chargeable device. That line shouldn't be in this manual. So just a wee little thing, can you tweak your manual just a bit? And I'm not talking about the everybody's provides all the million languages. All of that is fine, you know. The few minimal pages it has are what you need to know. Of course, it just needs a bit tweaking to personalize it a little bit more to this mod, especially adding in some of the battery safety, like the externals, the card, etc. that you've got, and of course it's got the big hazard on the background, on the back of it rather. You know, this sort of information in your manual as well, reiterating to the user of this device the safety features that they need to know. Basic battery safety care to be able to maintain the longevity of this device for it and for them to be able to obviously keep vaping long term. So, yeah, they're just, you know, there's nothing bad in the manual by any means. It's just a little bit, just generic lines that obviously are wording out of many of their mods manuals, and I think it just needs to be specified for this device a bit more, especially because it's an advanced device, it's 5 batteries, it's serious, you know, like just a little bit of making sure this user knows how to use it. So you got your 2, 3, 4, 5 clicks on and off as well, something I hadn't mentioned, and I'm not sure if Megan did the combinations. You have, now, if you're someone who likes to vape with the fire button away from you, sweet, you got to turn your screen around, because when you get it, it comes this way around with the fire button set up for your thumb. So a fire,
yeah,
and I believe
how to do it. That's why I didn't do it.
Hang on, I'm just going to turn mine on. So it comes up with KANGERTECH on your screen when you turn it on and off as well. So, hang on. So just to show, tank, and the screen is facing my tank. So screen's facing away from the fire button. And now it's not. Screen is now facing my fire button and away from me. So that's a fire, and that's, you know, a sequence going on there, and the other sequence with the other wattage, I believe that's plus and minus. So the sequence I just did to flip the screen is the minus button with the fire, and the plus with the fire is to lock your wattage in. So the 5 on and off, you know, so standard button sequences, and all user-friendly on that, because there's sort of across the board with many devices. Yeah, I'd like to be able to put the presets in. All in all, all in all, Megs, what do you give this mod out of 10? What are your overall thoughts on the environment you've been using it in? This, and just to add to that, before she answers me, just to add to that, this isn't necessarily a mod that neither Megan and I have purchased. It's not something that necessarily grabbed our eye because it is bigger and bulkier. But after using it, after experiencing, how many battery life? How many days did you get out of it? I forgot to ask. Was yours different?
At the higher wattages, I got a good 2 days out of it. I mean, being in the environment that I'm in and sort of being outdoors with the exterior painting and stuff, I was periodically vaping throughout the day. And it was funny because it became an automatic thing for me to do when I needed to get up and move, especially if I'd put it down, because I needed to pick it up. So as soon as it was in my hand, I was having a vape.
Hey Megan, Captain Vapor's in the house. We got John out in chat, darling. He's just joined us.
How's it going, John?
Hi, John.
Thank you.
Ooh, we're going to have limey skin soon. Yes, me and Megan are getting the lime green. We're going to accessorize. As I was saying, that this isn't necessarily a mod that either of us would have purchased. However, having it, using it, experiencing it, vaping, I dig this mod, Megs. I dig it.
Yeah, it's funny because considering the work environment that I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, so like at the moment I am helping my sister out. I'm not employed to paint or anything like that. It definitely served me very well. I was glad that I was able to go through a 10 to 12 hour day without needing to change batteries. There was probably 1 or 2 days where I would top up the tank, but the tank would also, like a full tank, would also last me a day.
Easily. I think I got 2 days out of a tank, but I don't vape quite as high as you do either. So it is going to guzzle the juice a little bit more, guys, especially if you're at those high wattages. But it's an 8mm tank. You're still going to get through the day with a tank, I feel. But, always carry juice with you.
In comparison to, say, like the TFV series, it's not as thirsty as those. Those are thirsty.
This is very true. So what do you give this mod out of 10, honey?
I quite easily give it an 8 out of 10.
I was going to say the same. Like, considering, like I just said, this isn't a mod that necessarily caught our eye, to be quite honest, until John said, hey, look at this cool new thing I'm getting in. I didn't even know this product was out there. A 5 battery mod, nobody's heard of that. I mean, yes, this isn't new out. This has been out a little while, released from Kanga. It's newish to New Zealand, so it's nothing like this on the New Zealand market at all. And, obviously you've got your 3 battery RXs, or you've got box modders that are making quad bat mods or what have you that are custom. Of course you got all that demographic, but on the general vendor side of things, there isn't a 5 battery mod out there till now. This is definitely an 8 out of 10. Do not be put off if you don't think Kanga have got it in previous products. I know heaps of you that diss Kanga. I know heaps of you that use Kanga and love them, live by them. Everybody has an opinion, and every product is going to be different. Obviously, when they put out a new product, they're trying to do something different, or they've learnt from an older product. I believe that, albeit it may have a few tweaks, I mean, what new product isn't going to have a few tweaks, really? And, once they get consumer feedback happening. But the reality is a 5-battery mod right now, I believe this definitely has a place on the market, whether you are in a laborious environment, a workhorse environment, or whether you just want a big cool mod that's got battery life for rocking around the house. Like, you know, I haven't strayed too far. I haven't been traveling the last few weeks, so this has pretty much had the home life test from me by comparison to me and being out and about every day. If I had been out on the road, this would be different. But I see potential for this mod for myself in my life, because you guys all know that I do festivals. I'm part of the music scene, the outdoor music scene here in New Zealand, and summer is going to be busy for me. And summer, when I'm off grid in the middle of nowhere out there in the forest, that's when I need battery life. That's when I need a power bank. This mod has a definite place in the future in my rotation, in my collection. And that's what surprised me the most, because this mod did not catch my eye until it was brought to my attention. And it's not until using it that I've actually gone, how yes, you have a purpose. Yeah, it's cool. You can get a cool color and change it up, and you can buy all of the colors and be all the pretties, and it's going to match everything. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I never
just a
thought
little.
that I
That's
would
just a little
end.
fun. This is actually speaking for itself.
Yeah, like for me, I did not expect to be on a construction site right after I received this. But I had worked a day on the construction site without it because it hadn't arrived. But when it did, I mean, no, that's not right. It hadn't. It had arrived before I was working on the construction site. I just didn't have the batteries for it as yet. I think is how it went. Yes. But once the batteries ended up in my possession and I charged them, then the very next day I took this with me every day. I think there was probably one day where I had contemplated on taking one of my other setups with an RDA, and I quickly changed my mind when this thing got quite dusty. The first thing I did when it ended up in that state is that I'd remove the drip tip, gave it a rinse with water, and I looked down inside the chamber to see whether or not if any of the dust had gotten to the coil, and it hadn't. So I was like, okay, excellent. So yeah, so when it got a little bit dusty, it's like I would kind of blow off whatever dust happened to have accumulated on top of the screen and on the very top of the tank, and I would just give this a rinse and just keep on vaping. Couldn't do that with an RDA. If any dust had accumulated on that, it definitely would have gotten inside, and it would have meant a whole rewick and a clean out of the coils, and yeah, it's definitely a workhorse.
I'm blown away as you guys, while Meeks was talking, as you guys can see, just blowing a few clouds for you guys. 113 watts, which is a little higher than I usually vape. You guys know this. This mod has surprised me. I guess that's what the biggest thing is. It's Kanga have put out a product going, all right, we want to play the game at this end of the field. Have we got what it takes? And they've put something out on the market that, again, like I said, a couple of tweaks here and there, like every product needs. And it's a game player. It's gonna have a place for many a lifestyle, with many a person. It's gonna have a place, I think. And it's not gonna come down to, oh my god, I want a 5-battery mod because it's got a power bank, or it's got the tank, or, you know, it's not gonna be all those things. It'll just be a combination of what it can actually provide for you within your vaping experience. Keep in mind though, guys, like I said at the beginning, when I compared it with the 2-battery version 1 cuboid, it does have a bit of weight to it. If you're a being that likes to chuck your mod in handbag, mag, toolkit, whatever, it does have a bit of weight. So be mindful of that. You know, you will feel it in your pocket. So I'm just trying to think, have we missed anything, Megs? I know John's coming late, but we've done the last hour on this wee review. Have we missed anything? We did the cool glass in the box, the black glass, which I haven't tried mine out.
I wish that I could show you guys like the heat reaction to it. Like, I thought that if I could put it over my RDA and kind of try and get some vape on it to change it, but it's not going to work. I need like a little cup of hot water. That was something I didn't think of. But yeah, so it goes from like this black color, and when it heats up, it goes opaque and see-through. Like at the moment, you cannot see through it at all.
Yeah, like it really can't, and it does go like frosted glass, I guess you call it, but you can see your liquid line through it when it's warmed up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been through the coloured temp glass, we've been through the types of coils. I'm just looking at the box. We've been through the battery safety, the battery rings, and the little extras that come with it. There's another little extra in the box that I just spied, of course, is your Kanga authenticity card. So if you have any issues, obviously you've got manufacturer warranty of I can't see how long it is on there. It'll be written somewhere. We've been over the manual. We've been over some pros and cons. Do we have any more questions out there from chat? Because I think, ladies and gentlemen, that we have just done our first mod review. Yay!
Wow.
Feel free to chuck any more questions out if you guys have got them. But
I mean,
there you go, Kanga. There's our thoughts on our product.
No doubt.
There's our first mod review.
When we do any future, if we happen to do any future product reviews, I'm sure that there are things that we could tweak.
Oh, I'm sure. And of course, from you guys who, whether you've been out there live or you're watching the replay, throw us some feedback as well, because this is probably how we will do any future reviews, just in our style, as part of our show, having a conversation about it the way you would at home with your mates about a new product. So, you know, we're not trying to consume or push the product on you. We're just giving you our thoughts on using it and how it works for us. So any future reviews will be done like this, conversation show style. So yeah, throw us some feedback if you think there are places we can improve. Obviously, being our first one, and Meg's was rushed home from work, a little bit higgledy-piggledy, have to get the camera sorted, working on it. We do plan on doing...
It wasn't just that, I also had to clean the tank, wipe down the mod and everything. I had to take it all apart because obviously, like I said, I had been using it every day whilst I was at work. I'd almost forgotten, actually, because we had discussed it yesterday that I would do the close-up of the product itself, and yeah, I did like a mad dash and quickly cleaned it up, dry it out. And yeah, I'm quite happy with how it went. I'd be keen to hear any pointers and things that people would like to see. I mean, I'd definitely like to try and see if I can change like the camera angles, maybe, or try and have it a little bit more stable, I guess.
Oh,
yeah, I had it hooked in here.
Yeah, actually, someone was asking if you were filming from your head, and then another comment in response was, no, I think it's boob cam, and that's what it was. It was hooked on the body. We got to work with what we got, guys. We've got to work with what we got. And John's just answered a couple of things I said. The Kanga warranty is good for 6 months with the manufacturer, and he does a vendor warranty as well, a guarantee, whatever the right wording is, with him for the first 30 days after purchase. So those are those are our thoughts, guys. These are our first review. The 5-6, we're going to have some lime green cases on these real soon. So if you guys see us using some bright lime green thing in our hand on the future shows, it's this baby with a new skin on it. And because of that awesome KANGERTECH on the front, and because it's interchangeable cases, I've named her Casey. All right. I know there's a few of you hanging out waiting for us to do the draw of this giveaway we've been running for the last fortnight. So I think I will get the things up on my screen and let's get ready to announce some winners. Alrighty, so to recap, guys, for the last fortnight prior to the show, so that's 2 weeks for you guys who don't know that urban term, we have been taste testing the entire line from Joe's Cloudhouse. So we had a part 1 and a part 2, which were episodes 59 and 60 prior to this one. And we had a giveaway from Joe running for the entire 2 weeks that we were tasting his line. For that giveaway, you had to enter. Sorry, guys, this was a New Zealand only competition. So for that giveaway, you guys had to enter hashtag Cloud Kiwiana, or one word, and then tell us where you were in New Zealand so that we know that you're a Kiwi. So we are going to be announcing 2 winners. I'm just getting the things on my screen. We're going to be announcing 2 winners, and each of those winners will be winning 5 50 mils. So a 5-pack of 50 mils of your choice of flavors you want to have a go with from Joe's Cloudhouse. So hang on, get my bit of paper ready to write down the winners.
Okay, to answer your question, Link, a fortnight is 2 weeks.
Okay, so Joe's Cloudhouse winners, right. I have the video link already loaded. I'm ready. I'm ready today, and I think we'll just do it, eh? So we're gonna announce 2 winners for a 5-pack of 50 ml of your choice from Joe's Cloudhouse line. Dun dun dun! All right, Kiwis, let's see who's won some Joe's. Drum roll it, Megs. And the first winner, because always, is Naomi. How you doing, darling? Congratulations. Hey,
oh no, like, she wins everything.
I know, but for real, she validly wins lots of things because she enters them, guys. You can't win it if you're not in it. Exactly. And Naomi, darling, you are always in it. Congratulations, honey. And no, guys, it's not rigged in any way. Of course, I'm not screen sharing. I'm using randompicker.com, randomcommentpicker.com. If you don't know the site, you can go and see it for yourself. I put the YouTube URL in there, and it just picks out of those comments. So not rigged, totally random. If you didn't enter, you can't win. So, Miss Naomi, congratulations, darling. Of course, one of our dolls as well. Hang on, I'm just writing down your name. Nomi. All right, and hang on, reload the URL. Okay, drum roll at Megs for winner number 2. And the winner is Miss Jo Kenyon, another doll in the house. And I believe she's also out in chat. Congratulations to both you darlings. Please message me at the Ohm Kiwis Facebook page, and we will suss out your Addy and deets and the flavors you want, and I will pass them on to Jo. I always ask that you guys message me, not the vendor, because we keep track of the prizes through the show page. Yep. So, congratulations, dolls. Yay! It's always so exciting. So you've both won a 5-pack, a 50 ml of your choice of Joe's. So, of course,
that's a lot of Joe's.
It's not in the description of this show, but if you go back the last 2 episodes, if you don't already know it, his website and his Facebook page are in both those episodes with those tastings on them of the whole 11 juices from his whole line, and you can go and have a look at the flavour profiles on his menu. Yay, exciting. So, Ah, chat's just catching up. Yes, congratulations to you both. That's awesome. And just because today's a little bit different and we like to have a break occasionally, there actually isn't a giveaway today. There is not. But that's okay. It's not about giveaways because you guys, I hope, are coming here for the info and laugh at the same time.
Yes.
All right. That's
There's
the
definitely
giveaway.
some laughs, especially in that first Joe's Cloudhouse episode.
Yeah, completely. Yes, if you guys did miss the Joe's Cloudhouse tasting of the whole line, there was a few funnies in both episodes over some titlings of Joe's juice names. So if you always like to have a wee lol at our expense, go ahead and watch them.
Our expense,
and I'm actually glad. I'm actually that being that the first hour of this video, the first hour of our show, is the mod review, and we know Kanga are going to see that. We don't know if you're still watching, Kanga. Awesome if you are, because things get a little bit silly and a bit more casual now. I'm really glad that we didn't muck any of that up, didn't make it silly, got the info out, and I hope, albeit in our casual, we're hanging with you guys at home way, that was professional, because that's what we want to be. Even though we are having a good time and entertaining you guys as well, we want to be professional and coming across as such. So yeah, I hope that was a good review on our part, darling. And we're going to taste some of John's flaves now, aren't we?
Yeah, we've got a couple of them.
Mr. Captain Vapour, our official KANGERTECH reseller, who got us these awesome babies, and they really are. Yes, he has a whole juice line as well. I'm not even sure how many flavors you've got, John. Throw that out in the chat box if you like, because of course John's link for his website and his Facebook page, captainvapour.co.nz, they are down in the description if you want to check out what he has got for sale and what his menu and juice line is all about as well. Sorry, I just caught something out in the chat with the Fortnite conversation. A pair of weeks. Oh, I just saw another question actually. Steve, I would say that this is more of an advanced user device as opposed to a beginner upgrade, because you do need a little bit of battery safety knowledge, external charging, a little bit of know about your amperage and what you're up to. That's my opinion. Obviously, you can learn things about a mod once you get them. I would say this is not your next step for an upgrade from a beginner device, honey. Maybe another step in the middle, another device, and then this would
when
be...
you're sort of around the intermediate.
Yeah, I think this would be an intermediate to advanced step up, or an advanced user device in their collection. My opinion, of course, but I'm all about safety first, not about, hey, I've got a cool mod and it blows big clouds and it goes into high wattage. If that's what you're about as vaping devices, then you are looking at the wrong things. You are focusing on the wrong things. You need to think about your safety combined with your hobby that is a healthier alternative to them ciggies, of course.
Yeah, I mean, because like John had mentioned in the chat before, as a first device, or even as like a beginner to a beginner step up, a lot of new vapors won't have a battery charger, because sometimes you might purchase that beginner device that has a built-in battery in it, and you will charge it by USB. So you will need to end up investing in a battery charger. So like I've recently acquired a new one thanks to the Christchurch Vape Day and Vaporium. I have an 8-bay charger. So that was my upgrade, my battery charger upgrade from my 4-bay charger. So yeah, I mean, unless you have the ability to be able to charge more than like 5 batteries at a time already, then you can, yeah, it'll probably be worth like looking into once you've started acquiring a little bit more more equipment to be able to purchase this device. Because like we say, it's important to marry your batteries. So when you've got your batteries, you want your batteries to charge together and be used together. So yeah, yes.
I am listening, honey. I just answering a couple of things out there in chat. John has just offered a juice giveaway.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, just because he's out there in chat. And the next step is we're about to do 2 of his flavors on his line. There are and he's got a new flavor out. John, you're bringing out like a new flavor every other week, honey. Or
19 ingredients in
yeah, like wow.
See, I thought that Off the Wall was nuts with its 11 ingredients in it from Vaporized DZ.
Okay. I'll just wait till John throws me some more details. I will turn. If you need to message me privately, John, I've just turned my Facebook Messenger back on. So if you want to throw me a message on Facebook instead of out in chat and Charlie your call, I'll wait till I have some details before I will announce to you guys whatever that is going on live out there in the chat right now. Wow for that car going past. And
there's the hashtag right there, like when we do his giveaway.
Yeah, I just saw that. So, do you have a separate device that you'll be tasting these juices on, honey?
Yeah, I'm currently using it right now.
What are you using? I didn't even see what was in your hand just then. Oh, blinged out. Oh, it's a white Zenith. Hey, know me. That's pretty cool. Doesn't it look good with the recoil?
It so does. Like when I put it on there, it's like, okay, I like the look of that. I like it a lot.
Megan just bought that white Zenith off Naomi, who was our winner just before, or one of our winners. So that's really cool. All right, so you're gonna do your tasting on the old Zenith, eh? With the recoil. I have reworked one of my setups from last week, and I've still got my Apocalypse Gen sitting on my Tesla. So I have put a fresh wick in there, and I'm going to do the tasting on this wee setup. So
what are we trying first? The blueberry.
Yeah, we're going to do the blueberry. So
organic blueberry cream. Okay, I'm gonna show this label. Look, this black bottle. Okay, I'm turning it sideways.
Yeah, the black bottle. So this is a relatively new one of John's flavors. He's just released. Blah, I said that all wrong. Recently released flav. There we go. It's only been out maybe a month now. Like this is the newest one. And then now there's a new one, according to what's going on out there in chat. He's discussing a new flav he has just released. I can't believe 19 ingredients. That's insane.
Yep.
So,
Passion Pavlova.
Just waiting on a message there from John so I can elaborate to you guys. So, do you have the profiles up there, honey?
I do indeed.
And what does organic blueberry cream have going on for it?
Okay, so in the description it says the best premium blueberry flavour out there, matched with Captain Vapour's infamous cream and vanilla custard base, delivering a fully endorsed all-day vape and organic VG mix. Captain Vapour blueberry cream e-liquid is down to be one of our most popular e-liquids in our store.
Cool.
I like that it says, like, right underneath that, it says that it's made in Motueka, NZ, from premium FDA approved and NZ ingredients.
Yeah, I like that little extra bit of info for the consumer as well. And these are, okay, so I'm glad we're only doing 2 of the flavors, because as you guys know, when we like to do a tasting, we like to do it 0 mig, because obviously we're doing vape. However, I'm glad there's only 2 because these are both Nick. So we've got 3 meg Nick in the VG Heavy recipe. You can also purchase 50/50 mixes from John because he has a lot of mouth-to-lung users with those beginner devices. So he makes and a lot of our vendors do, not all, but a lot of them do, have a variant mix for the different devices and viscosity that PG and VG can provide in some tanks. Ooh, using big words, Mox. The viscosity. I'm glad I didn't tongue tie on that too.
Oh my goodness, I just realized that there's more. There's more information on here.
On the blueberry. What have we not read? Goldfish?
It's further down, like on the page. I didn't even scroll down. I just was like, okay, yep, there it is, and the brief little blurb there. And there's more.
What have you found?
It says Captain Vapour Organic Blueberry Cream E-Liquid. Captain Vapour has a real love of strawberry in e-liquid elixirs. You can find strawberry as the main ingredient in our most popular all-day vape e-liquid elixirs until now. It's time for Captain Vapour's new flavour, Blueberry Cream E-Liquid. Flavour research this month has been with the blueberries. From 4 premium manufacturer flavour products, we have found the perfect addition to our new Blueberry Cream E-Liquid, hosting the closest blueberry flavour available. To top this off, we decided ongoing organic with the vegetable glycerin VG content. Due to the flavour content extraction stored in PG, not being organic, this is as good as it gets without the loss of taste. 70% of our blueberry cream e-liquid is organic, using certified organic VG.
Cool,
and it just
that's
repeats
awesome.
the same little blurb, and it's available in a VG heavy mix.
Yeah, John just corrected me out in chat. I just said to him that I've got the wrong label on this bottle then. This blueberry is actually a 50/50. So being available in the Max VG Heavy is the other option. So actually it's not the wrong label. The wrong thingy's been crossed out. The wrong option on this label is what I should say. Cool,
Mine
thanks
says
for
VG heavy.
Yeah, I just think the wrong one's been crossed out. Unless we have the VG heavy mix and John can't remember which one he gave me. Either's possible. 50/50 or VG heavy is where it's at. Right. So, a blueberry cream. Is that you hitting it?
Yep, I completely forgot that I dripped it.
It's all good. It's all good. Just waiting until John sees my next message back, because your message to me didn't answer my question, John. All right, viscosity. Yes, Naomi. I'm glad that came out right. All righty. I'm condensating. Hang on, I'll just sort myself out here, peeps. All right.
You hitting it?
Just about. I'm just having a sniff.
I'd have a sniff, but my nose is blocked.
Okay, upon sniff, and it's pretty much the same sniff that I got out of the bottle, actually. To me, it smells like, you know how you make an ice cream smoothie at home and you put in a fresh fruit, but it's all still in the blender, like it's just been freshly mulched? That's what I'm getting. I'm getting a fresh blueberry ice creamy smoothie. So I'm getting obviously I'm getting the blueberry there in the scent. I'm getting creamy there in the scent. Straight off it. All right, now I'll hit that. I'm going to turn that up. I am going to turn that up. That was cold. Come on, Tesla, warm up. That's interesting. What are you getting off that, darling?
Blueberries and custard.
Yeah, it is on that custard edge, isn't it? So this is to say, of course, what I smelled on the coil and out the bottle is not necessarily what is coming through on that taste. Always remember that. Just because it smells one way doesn't mean it's going to taste how you are smelling it. So I'm getting blueberry come through on the inhale.
Yep. Like the very first taste, like when I took that first vape, when I realised, it's like, oh no, I just hit it, was blueberries. And then the custard was like sitting there, like right before I exhaled.
So, sorry, I am slightly distracted. I'm just sussing these details with John on the old messenger over there. Okay, so I'm getting blueberry on the inhale, and then there's a cream meld going there on the swirl on the tongue in that mid layer, where the blueberry is mixing with that creamy. And then, yeah, I'm getting similar to you, Megs. I'm getting like a creamy custard type realm, not ice cream, on that exhale. Now, of course, everybody's palate is subjective. Always remember this, guys. This is just what we're tasting. It's not necessarily what you're going to taste. And everybody's wattages are different. And of course, RDA is going to taste different to a tank or so. So always remember these things when you're listening to our opinion, that our devices and our thoughts may not be what you get, but this is how we're tasting it. So as per usual, we like to compare with what the vendor has written in the profile to the flavors that we are tasting. It's
the comparison. Cream, sweet cream, vanilla custard in there too.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Well, I was going to say, you know, those concentrates, everybody uses many layers, different concentrates. John's out there in chat actually just told us those cream layers. So yeah, what Megan just said, we got some Bavarian cream, some sweet cream, and some Van custard. Yes, and this is what's coming through. So I'm getting that Bavarian cream coming through on that middle layer, and the sweet cream and that vanilla custard are there on the exhale. So that's exactly what I'm getting, and that's what we like to compare for you guys. Is that profile? What's that noise?
It was my door.
Oh. Is that profile of the vendor is providing for you guys about the juice, what you're receiving, so that you know what the flavor profile is that you're about to vape. And that is a blueberry cream. Yeah, organic blueberry cream.
It's been a while since I've had a blueberry vape. I think it's been more than a year since I've had a blueberry vape. The last blueberry vape I had was called Blueberry Hill, and it was one of the lines that Jono used to stock from Vaporized NZ.
I was just going to say, I know that name, but I couldn't think which the vendor was. Yeah. Yum, John, this is good. If you guys like your creamy, your custards, your blueberry, this is a good one to try, guys. Yummy, yummy. Okay. That's a nice winter vape, actually. I just, you know, it's not heavy, but it's got like that warm, cozy home feel. Like when you come home and dinner's already been cooked, but you walk in and you smell dessert cooking, and that smell of whatever the pudding might be is in the air in the house. That's how this vape can feel. It's like that cozy, I'm home feeling, but it's not a heavy vape. but it'll make you feel nice and warm and toasty in winter. That's interesting when I feel when we taste something that it invokes emotion like that. I always, yeah. I'm not often big on a blueberry vape. That's nice, John. I was just going to say that too, Moses. I was just thinking as she said it, I was like, huh? Wasn't there a blueberry in Joe's range?
Oh, was there? Oh, my bad. Sorry, Joe.
So John just put a bit of background on this. My flatmate out in the old man out in the bus that you guys have heard me talk about before, he doesn't do strawberry. He's allergic to strawberry, and that's real or synthetic strawberry. So he doesn't vape any vape flavors with any hint of strawberry in them. And he just said, John just said out in chat that he developed this flavor for people like my flatmate who don't do strawberry, which is a prominent ingredient in John's line and many of his other recipes. But there's always someone out there who doesn't do something. And yeah, so Cole, awesome. You inspired this juice for those out there who can't strawberify it. Strawberify it.
Strawberify? I love that.
Strawberify. Okay, I'm just going to vape my cotton out of touch, and then we've got one more liquid from John at Captain Vapour, who is Captain Vapour, I should say. One more liquid from him to try, which happens to be my favourite flavour in his line. So yes, I have previously tried the next flavour, but I had not tried this blueberry.
As I say, yes, I agree. I agree, John. Amnesia. I mean, Mox and I try so many different flavours. It's possible that Joe's blueberry one is probably not the last blueberry one that I've had as well. There's probably another vendor out there who I tried that was a blueberry vape, and I can't remember it. And yes, Maxie, that work brain.
What are these bottles, John? Are these 30 ml? Sorry, again. Just clarifying the bits and pieces that I'm about to tell you guys in a couple minutes. Just dry out my wick again. Oh, Yeti. I know. I feel, but there are people who can't vape strawberry. Yeti's like, oh my God, the horror. You can't vape strawberry. What a horrible life.
I'd quit vaping.
All right. I am giving a strawberry kiwi our next one. I'm giving it a shake.
Let's do a close up on the label. So, like I just said, guys, this is actually my favourite flavour in John's line, and he knows it, so that's why he gave me some. And I'm quite happy to share my thoughts about this one with you guys. I can hear the cat tooming, and we're nearly finished. You're good. All right, have you got the flavour profile up there? Yes, I do. The flavour profile says, I'm going to assume that that's supposed to be this and not that. This is the ultimate refreshing kiwi and strawberry flavour. 4 varieties of strawberry and 2 kiwi flavours. Ooh. A very popular new flavour and one of Captain's favourites. Tuned to perfection, this is Captain Vapour's #1 selling e-liquid. Very hard to beat if you like strawberry and kiwi.
So, that description actually really said it all. A hard one to beat if you like those ingredients. So, if you're into light fruity vapes, I can suggest this one as giving it a jam because it's yum. I'm going to hit it, Megs. I already know what this one tastes like, so I want to hear your thoughts on it.
All right. Wow. Okay. Alrighty.
And she goes back for more. Do you like
That
it,
is
darling?
very refreshing.
Isn't
Very
it though?
refreshing.
It's really light, hey? So for you guys out there, there's this strawberry coming through on the inhale, not too fruity, not too tart, not too sweet. And actually, there's a touch of sweet there. Touch. It's not too sweet. It's not candy strawberry. It's fruity. But yeah, there's a sweet there on that inhale that puts strawberry on your lip. And then in that middle layer, it's getting a merge going on with the kiwi. You've got a fruity, like a fruit bowl going on in your mouth. And then those different kiwi layers are there on that exhale. This is how I taste it anyway. Yeah, it's not heavy. It's refreshing. It's a good all-round vape, whether it be summer, winter. I really dig this flavor. But again, that profile says it all. If strawberries and kiwi fruit are your jam, this vape could definitely be for you.
That is yum.
It is. It really is.
I mean, for those that are avid followers and have heard me say this time and time again, I love my fruit vapes, which is why one juice in particular that I always get religiously, and that's Jackfruit Jungle. It's tropical fruit flavors, and I absolutely love it. Oh, strawberry kiwi. I might have to vape on this some more. Get myself really acquainted with it. See whether, because it might be on par.
Oh, just spotting questions out there. John, do you ship internationally? Just waiting for one more answer in the Facebook messages, and then I can give you guys the giveaway details. Just asking him out there in chat with a tag. So yeah, it is a nice vape. Like it's fruity. It's a little bit sweet, but it's not a candy vape. It's not lollies, how I like to put it. It's definitely not cereal. Could be any time of the day though. It's an all-round vape, definitely. And yes, for all you guys watching out there and you're interested in trying either some of his devices or any of John's juices at the Captain Vapour juice line, on the Captain Vapour juice line, he does ship internationally. Da, 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 da. All right.
Ooh.
Just waiting. John, there's one more question on Facebook, and then I can announce those details. Oh, he's just seen it. So I hope you guys out there who're watching have enjoyed the Ohm Kiwis first mod review. And of course, we've done the giveaway winners for the last 2 weeks of the Joe's Cloudhouse juice line. Done those winners for that giveaway. Tried a couple of Captain Vapour's juices tonight. They're yummy. You guys need to give them a go. Try them out if you haven't before, because he has a range a little bit different to everybody else. Just trying to watch what's going on out there in chat, making sure I don't miss any questions. Okay, all right, I've got the details. Giveaway.
We got a giveaway.
Right. We didn't have one before, guys, but we do now. Seeing as John's been hanging out in the chat, he has kindly put up the offer, an international giveaway. So this is a global offering, guys. Hang on, I've just got another message. Oh my God, the distractions. Right, global giveaway for a couple of his new juices. So he is going to give away a bottle of the blueberry, and a bottle of his new juice that hasn't even been released yet here. What did he call it before? Kiwi Passion Pavlova. So if you are wanting to try a couple of Captain Vapour's juices, 230 mils are up for grabs, one of each of those new flavors of his, I would like you to put in the comments, please, hashtag Captain19.
So
now for
19.
the 19, yep, the word Captain 19. And then, of course, give me your location where you may be in the globe, whether you're in NZ or elsewhere. So this is going to run for 1 week, guys. We will draw this on the show next week. Just a couple of Captain Vapour's juices for you guys to have a taste. Try 2 of his newest released flavors on the line. Yeah, hashtag Captain19. Now, if you missed it before when we were discussing a couple of things going on out in chat, John, Captain Vapour, has just been telling us about one of these new juices. The Kiwi Passion Pavlova has 19 ingredients. So that is the reason for the 19 in this hashtag. And being that the juice in question with the 19 ingredients is one of those juices in the prize. So hashtag Captain19, and then your global location, NZ, USA, Canada, whatevs. Let me know where you're at. We're going to draw this next week on the show. So that's exciting to have a giveaway come out of nowhere. That wasn't planned at all, guys. Hence the side distraction because I had to turn Facebook on. All right. That's way awesome. And
Okay,
of course,
so before you carry on, so when you enter in the hashtag, it'll be once this video has uploaded to YouTube, you will comment that into the comments section of the video below it once it has downloaded.
So basically, after we finish the show and we're not live anymore, come back in about an hour and the video would have been processed to YouTube. And so on this video of episode 61 for our first mod review and the KANGERTECH 5.6, I'm going to actually add Captain Vapour into the title of this particular episode. And yeah, you guys are going to comment on this replay. And we will draw, just like how we did the winners tonight, we will draw from the comments section of the video URL for this episode. So, wow, that's exciting. That's exciting when, you know, there's just hanging going, hey, let's do a giveaway.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That wasn't planned at all. Because today, albeit, yay, we're talking about Captain Vapour and the awesome mods that he provides and some awesome juice. That wasn't planned at all. So thank you, John. Much appreciated. And I'm sure the viewers appreciate it too, because it's always love shine back when the vendors show the love. Oh, my God, especially out of nowhere. Yeah, that's exciting. So we've done our review. We've done the giveaway. We've done our juices. What have we missed?
Announced a live giveaway.
We did.
I think that's the first.
Have we missed anything on tonight's episode, honey?
No, I think that's everything. We've never had that happen before. Like, just the vendor just go, hey, let's just do a giveaway. Is that a first?
Yeah, I actually think it is. In 18 months of doing the show online, I'm being out here to you guys, hanging every week. Yeah, I actually think that's a first. Good on you, John.
Yeah, because usually, like, whenever we have our shows and we've got and we're talking about a vendor and their products, etc., yeah, they usually always offer up a giveaway, and it's already discussed.
I just seen Naomi asked what's happening next week. Right at this minute, I have totally gone blank.
So even I'm thinking to myself, it's like, do we have anything else? I don't remember. It'll be a surprise.
It'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise. I've got a few things in the works, but right this minute, I've totally blanked on what I've got coming up next week. So it'll be a surprise for you guys. It won't be a surprise for me. I just need to remember. I need to find my diary, actually, is what that is. I think that's us for the week, guys. If you guys want to hang out for our after party, then we'll throw the link out there very shortly. Yeah, it's been fabulous. I think we can successfully say yay to our first mod review, Megan.
Yay!
Yay! And hopefully we will have more coming up in the future. We'll see. You know, that's not necessarily a plan we have, but it's eventuated, so we'll see where that goes. Yeah, there'll be a surprise for you guys next week because, and we'll be drawing this giveaway from Captain Vapour, of course, because I need to remember what's happening next week. Keep an eye on the Facebook page for those show posts, and of course then you'll see what we're up to. And of course, if you want to find either of us, all of the links have been scrolling over the page and are down in the description. Yeah, Megs, would you like to say anything to the peeps? What have I forgotten? Oh, I know what I've forgotten, but yeah, what would you like to say while we head out, before we head out?
Oh, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for being understanding with the whole switching around of like the starting times and everything. I mean, like our regulars know, we normally start at 5 PM New Zealand time, but with me helping out my sister and stuff, I had to kind of work a little bit late just to try and help her out as much as I most possibly can. Yeah, do you want to follow us? Our links and everything have been scrolling down below me there, and you can also find us in the description as well. So yes, so thank you. Mwah.
Sorry, just responding to something out there in chat. Right, I know what I forgot. Research your information, guys, so that you can educate yourself to be able to inform others and advocate truthfully. Keep it real. Look after each other. Vape on. Keep it healthy, guys. We'll see you next week. We're going to go out on some clouds.
Cloudy, cloudy, cloudies. Oh, I need to redrip.
Oh, actually, side note, for any of you New Zealand or Oz dolls of our DRIPPIN Dolls group, the links are up. They are also down in the description for some apparel. So if you guys want some generic international DRIPPIN Dolls gear, get in on some of those links, and yeah, you can have some wares and some merchandise. I've got some new stuff up. So that's just out there for the dolls. And of course, they are public links. If you guys want to buy your lady a something with my lips on it, you are most welcome. Alrighty, guys, we're going to go out on some clouds. And yeah, peace to y'all, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, yes, Vince, I know. I'm an awesome sister.